Today, you're going to learn how to use Superior Drummer 3 to create this looping drum track right here. Hey everyone, Gary Simon of Slant Audio. So today is the first video in this, a three-part series where we're going to first add drums using Superior Drummer 3. That's today's video. And then we're going to, in the next video, use those same drum track that we're creating today to add rhythm. So that's going to be electric guitar and a bass guitar. And then finally, we'll add a lead section on lead solo guitar to make everything come full circle. And in the process, we're going to learn about trying to get it to sound as good as possible in our DAW. We're also going to talk about music theory as well when we're constructing the notes and such. So yeah, hopefully everything will come full circle and we'll be able to learn a lot, and I'll be able to learn from you, leave comments and all that. The backing track for this particular drum track, the loopable drum track that we're about to create, is available by clicking the link at the bottom here in the description. You go to my site, slantaudio.com, and you just create a real quick free account, and then you'll have access to download a zip file that contains this looping or loopable drum track that we're about to create, along with the Reaper project file. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so here I am in Reaper. You can use whatever DAW you want, of course. Just make sure you have Superior Drummer 3 added to a track and is ready to go. So by default, they give you the default kit when you load this up. And so you'll see right here, it doesn't sound good because nothing's really been, it hasn't been mixed up quite a bit at all. Boring sounding. So we're going to go to metal/heavy rock and choose organic. All right, so I like this one. Use whatever you want, obviously. All right. So when it comes to creating these drum loops or drums of any sort, you have a couple options here in Superior Drummer 3 to help you get started. You can go to Grooves, and you can play any of these. Obviously, you can go through different genres up here, and it's really powerful. It has a ton. But you can take another route. You can go to Tap to Find. Now, I use Tap to Find differently. I use Tap to Find just to give me a starting point to then go into the grid editor. All right, so I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So when we click Tap to Find, we can see we have a click track going on here based on the tempo, which is at 120 beats per minute. Also, I'm going to change quantize here to 16th notes. That will allow me to actually put in 16th notes. And what we do is literally tap to find or tap to start playing and recording the drums. So let me just close out of there. You should have some type of idea in your head of the type of track that you want based on, obviously, whatever niche you're in and the speed. So for me, I came up with something on my head. I don't know why. It's just, obviously, these things are rather organic. Something like this. So if this is my bass drum and this is my snare, something like this. So something that would be that long and would just completely loop over. So that's what I need to do, except with my mouse. So obviously, if you had like a physical MIDI control or some sort, it'd be easier, but it's really not that bad. So I'm going to click back, Tap to Find. We're at 16th notes here, and I'm going to start with the bass drum. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so now what it's going to do, it's just going to keep on looping that over. And we can keep on adding and building up notes to this. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is hit the snare drum. The snare drum is going to come right after that beat, like this. Like that. All right, now I'm going to add some more drum beats here. Like that. Nice. Yeah, so I'm cool with that for now, and that gives me a starting point. So I'm going to go ahead and click Show Results, and it's going to give me some results that might match what I have up there. No, sorry, nowhere close. What I'm going to do instead is drag this MIDI drop zone down here. Right there, okay? And then that'll allow me to double click twice and I get into the grid editor. You can also access the grid editor by right clicking and going into edit MIDI grid editor right here. And here is exactly what we just created. Just like that. So let's keep on adding the snare. So to add, we're gonna go to the pencil tool and we're just gonna click right here for snare. Wait, nope, like that, just keep it even. All right, so now if we also loop it, we'll see what this sounds like. Awesome, now let's add some cymbals, I mean not cymbals, but the hi-hat. So if we click this little drop down arrow right here, we have all these different sounding, the edges, whether or not the hi-hat has been opened slightly. So a closed edge, tight edge, open edge 2, 3. These are really open. I think we'll do open edge 3 for this. And then, no, we'll do 4. So what we'll do is every time the snare is hit, the snare would be this hand on a right-handed drummer. This would be the hi-hat. We'll have them go hit it at the same time. So just like this. Now let's hear that. Awesome. All right. Now let's also make it so that the hi-hat maybe is actually hitting like this. If you can see my hand, the action like that. So it will hit, actually, we'll do open edge 3 for this, maybe in between. And initially, when I play this through, it's not going to sound good, but we're going to fix that. So, okay, that sounds bad. So we can fix this by going back to the pointer tool, or the select section up here, and we'll take down the velocity just a bit. Okay, just something like that. I think I like that. So what I want to do now is, we're not going to loop it for now. We're going to take all of our notes, we're going to right click, and we're going to copy them. Then we're going to move the timeline right here to the beginning of measure 3, right click just beneath it, and paste notes. So now we've just basically created a loop for 4 measures right here. The reason I'm doing this is because I want it to go out a little bit longer, and then we're gonna have like a pause right here and a drum fill at the end, solely in this measure. So what I'll do is first we'll take everything from right here, right click and remove them. And let's listen to this. So I want a snare drum right when I hit the desk. Hopefully it didn't sound too bad with the microphone. Right here. So I'm going to take this pencil tool, put one right there, and I want it to be kind of like I forget what you call it in drums. It's a flam possibly, or an accent where you hit it. You take both sticks and you're doing just like that, real close together. So we're gonna do those in 30-second notes. So we're gonna change this to 30-second. We can hold Control and then use your mouse scroll wheel to kind of zoom up. I'm gonna put another one right there. All right, so let's see what this sounds like. Nice. All right, so then probably, let's play it through one more time. All right, I think that was right here. Let me play it through one more time just to be certain. Yeah, I think we're starting right here. So we're gonna put a snare drum right here, along with a kick. Right there. I think maybe we might go 16th notes on this. No, we might be doing 30 seconds. Sorry about that. We can always make adjustments after. A lot of this is trial and error. So let's just make sure that these first two kicks are where they need to be. And they're not. I think we need to move them up. Let's try that again. Yeah, right there. All right, so then we will go ahead and I'm really thinking these might be need to be in 30 or 16th notes. Let me see here. Let me come down. Yeah, these are going to be 16th notes. I'm sorry about that. Right there. All right, so then we're going to add in some toms. All right, so we're racked. Let's see here. Rack tom 1, floor tom 1. All right, and then rack tom 2 and floor tom 2 is down here. I think we'll do the rack tom 1. So we'll do this right here. We'll then go to rack or floor tom. Let's see here. Yeah, floor tom is 1's right here. Sorry about that. And then the floor tom 2 is right here. I don't think this is going to sound right, but we'll see. And we're going to put a crash right here at the very beginning, because usually the fills will end in a crash. Obviously, when you're first playing this, it's going to start with a crash as well. So our cymbals, I think that one sounds fine. So cymbal 1, put in 1 right there. So let's hit play. Oops, let's do from the beginning. One thing sounded off though. Let's see. I think we can get rid of this one. Let's try from here. One thing I do want to do, I may want to address this in a second, but one thing I do want to do is take our hi-hat and we're going to end it abruptly. So we open this up and go to closed edge or tight edge. We'll do closed edge, and we're going to add it right here. And that's going to stop the open hi-hat from ringing through in this portion right here where there's silence. So listen now. All right, so there's too much of a delay over here. We're going to move everything over here up. Let's try that now. Oh, here we go. Much better. So now let's give it a final listen right here. Awesome. So obviously a really simple fill at the end, but I just want to keep it simple. I think as I start to create more of these tutorials, we'll get into something that's more in depth, of course. All right, everyone. Hopefully you found that useful. Again, if you want to have access to the loopable drum check that I just created, click on the link here in the description, create a free account, and download it. Also, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the second video where we're going to add rhythm to this drum beat. Goodbye.